It was so awesome to see you on stage again.
Not gonna lie, it was pretty fucking amazing.
I saw it. It took you like maybe the first part, like that first sentence, and once you were past that, Tiana was back.
It was so weird. I was nervous as fuck.
I did not know you had some of that video.
I have lots of more stuff on there too. Lots of more. That's my good English.
Lots of more. Speak English?
I do. I speak Eli. Yeah, no. I was really nervous. And I wanted to share that because there's so many times that I would get up there to DJ and people would always ask me, don't you get nervous? And I'm like, fuck no, I don't get nervous. I got nervous this time. And it's probably because I haven't gotten up in front of people.
It's probably one of the first times I wasn't nervous, but I think it had to do with being intoxicated.
No, you only had 13 margaritas.
I did not have 13.
Minus 4.
Maybe. Oh, it was a good night.
Yeah.
It was a great night. It was great to get you out. It was great to hang out and be with you and just fucking have fun and relax and not have to worry about anything for a while. We had great company with us there.
We did have good company.
And Joe and Mike and Christy and...
Yeah, and it was nice because it was like a total kick-ass bar, just really down to earth.
New Frontier rocks.
It really did. And I hate going out anymore because I haven't been out forever. I don't want to deal with people. I don't want to deal with the crazy bullshit.
Well, and what I love about their karaoke though is that they start at 7.
Yes. Yes.
So I was drunk off my ass, but I was still home before midnight.
Just think if we go out this weekend, it'll be daylight savings time, and then you'll lose an hour.
Wow.
No, but we still have an hour because it's 7 to 11.
Oh yeah.
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 But all in all, like, thanks for taking me because we landed a little gig there for a minute, and I think that
I'm so excited for that.
Well, I think Mike wants us to be there more than I had anticipated.
Really?
I think so. I think he'd like to bring me in once a month, from what I understand.
Oh, Tanya, that's not bad though. We can have everybody from Snatch come out and join us, and
it'll be nice to be able to DJ sober first off.
Right.
You know, that night it was funny because I had 2 drinks, and that first drink you drink like, Tanya, I'm gonna have a swig, and I look over and I'm like, where the fuck did my drink go? You're like, I'm drinking margaritas too. And you're like, I'll get you another one. So right as I'm getting ready to get up there and sing, I took like a swig and took it up and sat it on the ground. And I brought it back, and I think I took like 3 more swigs. I'm like, man, I'm kind of feeling a little lit. Like, I haven't even had to have a fucking drink, and I feel like, what?
I normally don't drink for some reason, just, you know, with everything that's been going on lately and whatnot. Like, fuck it, I'm letting go tonight. I walked, you know, so.
You walk like a fucking walking hooker.
Yeah, I did.
You were like, no shame in this boot.
And then, but you know what? It was cool that you took the pictures and you put them up there because I realized my outfit was really cute.
Your outfit was really cute. You looked super cute that night.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, I have some more I want to put up, but I've got one that's really funny because I don't know if you remember, but I was sitting there by the pool table and I looked up and I'm like, all this wood, there's so much motherfucking wood around me. This is just, ugh. And I'm like, I gotta talk about this. So I stand in front of all these pool sticks and I'm like, why? Why is there so much fucking wood around me? So literally throughout the night, like Mike's sitting over here, the other Mike's sitting over here, the third Mike's sitting over here, the 9th Mike's sitting over here, and then Joe, 4 of the Joes are sitting back here.
Hey, Joe!
Yeah, and I don't know who else. All I could remember was Mike's and Joe's and Bob's. Yeah,
Bob's.
Yeah. So I would go to get up and sing or just kind of, you know, walk around and take pictures. And these men would stop and they'd be like, hey, what were you talking about in your like selfie over there with that guy with the pool sticks around you? And I'm like, I was talking about all the wood surrounding me. And they're like, we gotta watch this. I'm like, it's a video. They're like, you really? Because they thought it was a selfie. I'm like, dude, I'm well past the selfie stage. That was like 2 months ago. Come on.
All right.
I'm getting into the video technology shit now. It's getting real.
I'm a big girl now.
That's fucking hilarious. Oh, what's up, James? How's those chubby cheeks of yours? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll get back to our game later.
What kind of game are you?
We're doing word Scrabble.
Oh, that's what they call it?
Uh-huh. You know what's really fun when you play that game is when you put down all the words, you go through and you look at all the words and you try to make a sentence out of it. And depending on how you're playing the game, it could be a really interesting sentence.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's kind of twacked out. Kind of like Cards Against Humanity. I like it.
It is a good game.
It's demented. I like it.
The last 2 times I played Words with Friends or whatever it is.
Yeah, that.
Of course, the word is sex.
Oh, I put that one up already. I think it was like a couple games ago.
Great. And I'm like, wait a minute. I can spell X first. E-X. And that's a lot of points. And then I'm like, and then my next move will be S for sex. And then I'm sitting there and I'm reading it and I'm like, sex with the X sucked. Little fucking things that humor me.
Oh, right?
Yeah, fuck, yes I am. Jesus. Okay, so we got a lot of new people.
We did!
Yeah.
We got so many new people, and we got some more chicks, which is awesome because they're groovy. And a lot of people that are business owners that we're learning about. Hey, Jesse!
I was just gonna say, what's up, Jess?
You know what? Jess and Corey were awesome blossoms today because they went and came and picked up the kids and took them outside and fed them. And
this mama was like about ready to fucking lose my shit.
Yeah, and you know what? It's going to be cool because they're helping out so we can go live now, but we still going to spoil y'all later because the kids will be sleeping.
I know, right? Time for me to dance with some she-heelies. Okay.
I had my buddy John from work said I had to go on and see what you were talking about. He goes, that shit was funny. And he goes, what's a shiwi?
I will demonstrate. All I have to say is that shit was funny though, and I was cleaning out that cabinet up there and I found him and Day-Day's like, Mom, what's that? And I'm like, I'm trying to think of something creative and I'm like,
what's creative?
He goes, a shiwi? I'm like, yes. He goes, what is that, Mom?
Well, if we're traveling and there's no bathroom nearby, then they can go potty without getting it all over her clothes.
Oh, I was just thinking I was going to wear it all the time, and he just has to deal with it.
If they made it as a strap-on, yeah.
Children, listen. All parents need shiwis. Women, because your kids act up, that's right. Motherfucking this mom's putting her shiwi on and going to fucking school to talk to the principal. That's right. I'm going to be like, hi, I'm so-and-so's mom. That's right. I'm wearing a shiwi. Hey, son, come over here.
With your booty shorts on, so it just hangs out the bottom.
The ones that I'm wearing right now, too. When I'm like 58, I'm still going to be wearing the same fucking booty shorts with my shiwi hanging out. Really? You want to fucking embarrass me? Oh, yeah. Act up, children of the corn. But yeah, I'll even wear a fucking short little biker assless chaps with my shiwi hanging up.
I still see you doing it.
I will too. I'll be like,
you will.
My fucking kids will not be acting up. Like, you dug holes to China and that didn't work. Great. Here comes Mom. I'll like be pulling out my pencils. I mean my vibrators. And be like, oh, sorry. Wrong thing. Flip Jazz, that'll sign. They work.
Wait, your teeth.
Or
chips them.
Dude, I got a good inlet on the dentist though. Oh my god, chips teeth. Dentist is gonna be like, I hate those girls right now, but I like them for the business degree.
Right. Yeah, because there will be some dingleberry out there just like, really? It shined your teeth? No, I said chips.
Right. Eat chips while you use the vibrator on your teeth? What does it do? It only works if you use Cheetos. Oh, hell. Oh, okay. So yeah, back to followers. We have a lot, and
I love it.
I do too. I don't know if you've been like responding because it's happening so fast with a lot of them. I'm trying to get them, but you're getting them first, I think, because when I turn to check on messages, it goes from like 18 to 7 again. And I'm like, she's got to be on it like Blue Bonnet, I think.
I try.
Yeah. I've had some really good things, though, with what people have said.
Yeah, like you were trying to hit me up one day earlier this week, and I didn't have any problem with you hitting me up, and I tried explaining I was busy. That's all I was fucking doing was responding to people because everything was just coming in so fast right then. And a lot of them were people that also, friended me. So, everybody's saying something, waving or showing their business or something.
Hell yeah.
And which is awesome. And I still need to go through all of that, and we'll definitely, be sharing, whatever we can. Great. So, yeah.
Yeah, they've been awesome. Very,
I love it.
I like the comments. I like that they're adding to the fun that we get to have throughout.
Yes.
Especially with the videos.
Yeah.
Because some of the shit that you guys say, I'm like, damn it, why didn't I think of that first? Fuckers, they out-trumped me. That was my out-trump moment. Get it?
You're out-trump. Oh my god.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, no, they've been awesome. So we appreciate you guys following.
Totally. It's been a great week.
Fuck yeah. We've gotten to
back in the groove.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of really exciting things going on this week.
Yes, and it'll be first full week, and yes, very, very excited.
Yeah, we get to go on set on Tuesday. We're gonna be in a horror movie. Well, a horror episode, actually. So that's freaking awesome.
It's the Angry Brothers on your Roku.
Is that how you say it? Roku or Roku?
Tomato.
Tomorrow, I don't know. We'll check it out. He told me, he's like, Tanya, don't worry about it. We'll figure out everything on your phone. I'm like, yeah, because I just learned how to turn my phone on. And Mikkel and I tried to figure this out the other day. And I was like, everything has to be so fucking difficult. You know that, right? He's like, I'll take care of it. So he's going to find it on our phones for us. At least me. I was like, Mikkel might have it already. You're pretty savvy.
Actually, I just found my little Roku thing at home. And I'm going to get it hooked up probably, I have no time tonight, but probably tomorrow and try to look it up. So
very cool. Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Otherwise, yeah, we can do the whole phone thing.
Kind of felt like we were going to have phone sex or something. The whole phone thing.
We can do the whole phone thing.
Yeah. Well, and did I tell you, a gentleman contacted me about doing a boudoir photo shoot for him. Yes.
Really?
Yes. So we've been talking back and forth, and he's got some ideas along with myself. So
we might have to go. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that more. But yes,
I know,
that'd
right?
be a blast. I want to make a calendar though.
You know what? We'll have to ask him to do that for us. That would be awesome.
Oh shit! As long as I have the pictures, I can make the fucking calendar.
But it's more fun if we do it. Like, just take the pictures and nothing else.
Well, yeah, it's more fun, but
it's cool to be like the part of like when you're in a photo shoot, they have to go and like check everything out before you have to touch it, and they're like helping you up shit, and your
hands are cold
because I have a warm heart today.
Ooh, put it on my neck, back of the neck.
Oh, well, you gotta specify. But yeah, they like literally carry you around like you're fucking magic on a carpet. And they're like, don't touch anything. We don't want you to ruin your hair. Don't breathe. Don't breathe. And I'm like, the way they like have you like fucking posing and shit. I remember when I was downtown, just in case nobody's ever done this before. This is horrible. It is hell. You will hurt the next day, I swear. So you're like trying to look sexy and shit. And you're like, and when they take the picture, okay, do I not look like a disformed duck?
A little bit, kind of, sort of, yeah.
That was in a nice way.
Huh?
But you have to hold it, and they're like, okay, don't move. And, okay, wait, the sun's going down a little bit. I'm not getting right shade. And you're like, motherfucker, I'm going to fall over.
Oh, my goodness.
It's horrible, but it's so much fun. It makes you feel like you're important. So, yeah, no, we'll do our Snatch calendar, and no, you don't have to do any work. But that's more than work, is what that's
easy work.
You just wait. You have never arched your back this way ever.
Not that. I mean, getting the pictures and making the actual calendar, it takes me like 5 minutes.
Yeah, but we don't want to do that either. You're already talented enough. You want to see what somebody else can do for us for a minute.
Yeah, I just like doing shit myself. I am kind of stubborn that way.
I know.
I know.
Dude, look at my hair. Do you see it? I got a wing on that side and a Delta 747. Are you ready for takeoff? Can I get an ashtray on this airplane, please? That pisses me off, by the way. I don't even like to fly anymore. I'm like, motherfucker. And I'm sitting there the whole time. I'm like,
so you were talking about an article that we tried to look up.
yeah.
And, you know, it kind of leads into the whole thing of, you know, stuff that we've talked about before, you know, whole conspiracy theories and whatnot. But when you know that you watched something 24 hours ago and you go out and you search in a bazillion different ways and you can find nothing at all relating to it again.
It reminds me of when I was researching for my medical marijuana argument.
And shit all of a sudden came up missing.
Yeah, there's nothing on it.
Or the link can no longer be found.
Illuminati.
Do you think that it has any part to do with, you know, they said, I watched, it's a podcast, and it was said something like This Week on Google. I can't remember the commentators' names, but really good setup for us in the future. You'll have to check it out.
Ding!
Ding!
Oh.
But they were talking about, you know, the whole net neutrality thing and how because of some of that, people have a right to get some stuff taken down off the internet and whatnot. And Google itself has removed, like, I can't remember, it was like 23% or something. But then they found an article that broke it down by like what factors, what sections that they were actually taking stuff off of, and shit that really doesn't fucking matter.
I kind of look at it like this. Does it affect me? No. Should I worry about it? I don't feel like I should. I feel like there's way more important shit to worry about. Like, I don't make as much as a man. If that ties into each other, I don't understand the correlation, I guess.
What?
Of taking man out of certain things.
Yeah, because that's what the thing that you saw the other night was. They were talking about taking the word man out of things. And there's a lot, there was a push back when I was in college 4 years ago for in English Lit where they were trying to use the word nom to refer non-sexually to when speaking about a person. Why not just use the word person? Or
people.
They, people,
we.
Why has everybody got to be so pussified? I mean, I can see the aspect from the degree of, and not necessarily even taking man out, but giving the option or ability for woman to be put in. Use both, but not one, because apparently people are pussies anymore since you're not using the word people and you are using the word man, which generally refers to a man. Then then now I lost my thought. Then, you know, I could see where, like, if you're going for a bank loan or setting up an account or getting a car or something of that nature, even the license plates on the car, it doesn't matter if the female's listed first, they switch it.
I noticed that
to the man being first. And I think it should maybe be something more along the lines of
who pays the motherfucking bill?
Yeah, who's the primary party responsible here?
Who's just responsible?
Right. Like, this person's name is only on here because I owe him $100 left on the car, so, you know, does he really need to be on there? Well, if he would have signed himself off, yeah, but he wouldn't sign himself off till the other $100 was there, just an example.
Right.
So, you know, so then you have to go and pay for all that shit again just to get him off and put it in your name.
Right, which entail makes it a lot more money for us.
Right.
That they don't have to do, just like my
so
license,
we make
our
less, but we have to pay more to get shit our way.
Exactly.
Right.
Which is bullshit.
Right. Now, some of the other bullshit that those women liber people are on, I don't agree.
I am not burning my bra. This thing was expensive.
Like we were talking about, was it the Alfred Hitchcock?
Yes. What was her name? Oh, shit.
I forgot but she was in The Birds with him.
Yeah.
And she was talking about
how he made her life hell during that movie because of the Me Too issues, basically.
And we got to talking about it, and, you know, I can see some very legitimate people, you know, there's some people that really have legitimately been in a harassing situation. However, if you're in that particular situation, Alfred Hitchcock is a person of power. She's a person feeling that she needs to do whatever he says so that she can do this job because it's going to be great and he's the greatest. And if he says she doesn't do what he says, then she's going to get talked about and she'll never get another part in another film.
Right.
Okay, have some fucking balls. Who cares about that? Somebody else is out there and your shit will come your way. Speak up and say what you don't want to put up with. So did you really, did you just go along with things because you felt that way? Or did you just not have big enough balls of your own to stand up for what yourself and what you would put up with?
I don't know, because when you were stating that comment right there, the first thought, I agree with you 100%, but then I started thinking, like in my marriage, when he put his hands on me, that was one and done for me.
Right.
But not everybody can say that at all.
Correct.
But you might be able to have enough balls to tell your boss to go fuck himself because you ain't sucking and fucking to keep a job.
And that's when you boil down to daddy issues. If you had a daddy there or not, that supportive figure, or if you ever handled those daddy issues so that you can stand up to any man that is in that personal relation. You have had a fairly good example of a father in your life for the most part. Therefore, you're able to stand up to Brian. There's other girls out there that I have seen, I have watched, that they repeatedly go back and repeat that cycle. And the common denominator is their dad wasn't there, or they're still pissed and hurt by their dad.
Which is very true, but at the same time, don't you think somewhere along the lines, like, we need to stop defining ourselves by what happened to us as children?
I agree, yes, and part of that comes from accepting within yourself that some of the behaviors that you are still continuing to do are because of the shit that you did or the shit that you went through. And once you can accept that and acknowledge that, then it's easy to move on from that shit.
Right, but you have to get to that point.
Yes, and you have to want that.
Right. So I can say in both of my situations, yeah, I had enough balls.
Yes.
But there's probably people out there that, if they had those two situations, might have enough balls in one and not the other, because my initial thought was, I go to bed with this person has a key to our house, like, they know everything about me.
You trust, you're open, you've let go.
Fuck, yes.
It was never expected.
Right. And my whole world was just fucking ripped out of me, and I wasn't even prepared for any of it.
Right.
And all I knew was, I'm not going to sit there and fucking take that. Like, how dare you put your hands on me, motherfucker? You're lucky I don't fucking blend your dick and make you drink it for breakfast.
Right.
You know, like, here's your fucking 5 Alive protein shake.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the difference, I guess, between people, too.
Yeah, I think upbringing has a lot to do with it. Like I said, you know,
experiences.
Yes. Have you been sheltered, or are you allowed on the internet so you see everything and think you know everything? And
yeah, and I think that makes it worse.
I do too, because it puts
it's false information most of the time.
That, and there's stuff that really kids don't need to know to some degree until they are a little bit older. Otherwise, they reproduce or create the stuff that they're reading about, which in turn endangers them or people around them.
Right, because when we were younger, they started that whole where you, I don't know, put like rated R on your TV shows and shit, so the kids couldn't watch it. It was like a kid block.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a really good idea because it eliminated a lot of shit that the younger generations were seeing. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if there's any way that you could do that with social media now.
I don't think so. I don't think that you can go back.
No.
If anything, it is going to be a revolution that happens of some sort because of something else that happened or something of that nature. It's going to take an entire complete change.
And there's so many different revolutions going on right now.
There is.
I feel like when we started this, like all of a sudden everything else came out.
It became more pronounced.
And it wasn't just because of us, but it was ironic.
Right.
You know?
We're going to lead the way. George!
Fuck yeah, we are, Snatch. Like, it's time to get our shit together, guys. For real. But, yeah, taking man out of everything. My rebuttal to that is, okay, so, like, do we stop naming people like Sherman, Herman? Are we not allowed to use the word mantra?
I think that's...
Manatee.
I think they're looking at it from a suffix aspect rather than a prefix aspect, and not necessarily a personal pronoun name.
You know, the minute we do this, all these fucking extremists.
Yeah, then we'll be going through the whole same thing where we went through with the marriage thing, and you know, I mean, you know, one of these days it's going to be, I want to be allowed to marry my cat. So yeah, hey, to each their own.
Somebody's got good pussy, I guess.
That's funny.
But yeah, no, to an extent I agree with it, I guess, but it doesn't, there's more important things in the world that I need to be focusing on right now than that being taken out.
Well, I think maybe from this point going forward that people should be more, especially with the internet out there and so much communication going out and forth to everybody, you never know the audience that you're writing to. So I think in writing, if you don't need to be gender specific, it's probably a good idea. Or be gender specific, yeah, be right where you need to be, or use something that's more general if you're speaking to a mass and you don't know the entire audience.
Well, applications, why can't you just check box, male and female?
Why can't you check non-nominal or binomial? Binominal, is that what they called it? Binominal?
We're not doing algebra. I don't know. I just think it's asinine that we're even talking about something so stupid like this on social media. Like, what? We have the government lying to us. We have fucking medications
that's all part of their distraction.
Exactly, the red herrings. We've got medication that needs to be distributed that people can't fucking afford. We've got people that can't pay their electricity. You know, we've got homeless people, homeless veterans. There's, God, what was it? 60 in Omaha alone. There was 4,000 homeless veterans a night last year.
Damn,
that's fucked up. You want to send these people across the seas to do everything they can to save your asses.
I was irked when they tore down the Civic Center because it would have been the perfect spot to rearrange, rebuild, not reconstruct a little bit on the inside. The whole center could have been a place for them to hang out, play, do shit together, crafts, whatever. But all those rooms that were there, do you know how many people we could have housed?
Exactly.
Do you know the grants they could have got to help with that shit?
And why aren't we as a society paying for them to live after they come back?
Right.
Those men and women should
only
have
alive
to pay What was
Oh,
VP they have to deal with acclimate themselves back into society because one, it's gotten so fucked up left, nothing's seen.
Right.
Nobody can relate to them. They can't relate to anybody. And we be like, literally, just like with our elderly, these people take care of us. We, not all of our money going to these people.
Well, and you know, our defense budget is so damn huge, you would think that some of that is supposed to be for them. That, no, it's just for bigger, badder guns so that they can control everybody here at home when the revolution does happen.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The VA.
Because they'll just blow up everybody else.
Exactly. The VA, that is a fucking joke. I don't know how many of my friends, guy friends, that I've had dealing with some serious fucking issues and they keep getting blown off. And I saw it all the time when I was in the hospitals working, nursing homes, rehabilitation centers. It's sad. Like, oh, here's some meds. It'll take you fucking 3 months to get them. First off, just to call and get your prescription, I shit you not. You have to call like a month and a half in advance. It takes forever just to get into the VA to be seen.
And that's not good because a lot of these veterans do have a serious amount of post-traumatic stress that requires some mind-altering to a degree medication. And if you can't get it as quick as you may need it, that's not good news.
No.
I mean, that applies to anybody, not just the veterans, you know.
Right, but as far as I'm concerned, our inmates should be getting second to our veterans then.
Oh, absolutely, I agree. 1,000, yeah. Absolutely.
And obviously to us.
Yes.
But I think that all of us should have the ability, it's a human right, a civil right, to be able to have medication that we need, accessible. You're able to afford it. But no, it breaks my heart when I look at, like when I used to work at the VA, right when I was out of high school and I had my CNA license. Those guys are so freaking cool. Like, all their tattoos, I'd walk in, they'd be like, you got enough holes in your body, you know? And so we'd start talking. Listening to their stories when they do want to talk is mind-altering. Like, to hear what they've gone through and their thoughts, like when they were there and missing their spouses or significant others or their children. It's just so, like, enlightening, you know? Mm-hmm. And, if you ever get a chance, I highly encourage, like, I like to volunteer with
I've volunteered all throughout my life.
Yeah, I know you do. And that's the thing, like, you and I don't consider it volunteering. Mm-hmm. It's just something that we do. Mm-hmm. It's altruistic. Mm-hmm. And I go listen to some of these people. I mean, their fucking stories are awesome. And their eyes just light up because you give a shit. Yeah. You know, you came in, even if it's to say hey or to listen to something, or I always like to take my little boys, my men, little flowers and chocolate, and they're like, a flower and chocolate? I'm like, yeah, the chocolate's for me, the flower's for you. But it's so cute because you should see their face light up, and you know, like I always make them a little boutonniere and stuff when we go, and it's just nice because you give them something that they gave to us, that feeling, you know, I can give it back, and I can teach that to my children.
Well, and the stories that they tell, you know, you may not realize it when they're telling you, but at some point in time, that's going to come back and be like, oh, he said that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as far as I'm concerned, like, why don't we talk to our veterans and ask them their opinion on all this fucking take man and shit out? Aren't they the ones that fought for our country and all those words on the fucking pieces of paper that we're living by?
Well, you know, for the longest of time, women weren't allowed there. And there's some women that are totally fucking badass.
Right.
Badass. Like, we're going to be doing an interview with a little badass wrestler from Fort Calhoun.
I know. I'm excited about that.
Me too.
But yeah, they should, both man and women.
Mm-hmm.
Am I allowed to say that now?
Yes.
Fuck that, it's our show.
So I want to go back to the point that you were talking about the medications. Did you know that when a new prescription comes out, they're allowed a 10 to 15 year span to charge pretty much whatever they want and not have a generic made on it? Mm-hmm. What kind of righteous bullshit is that?
Did you know that there are so many...
Is that the test period on people?
Oh, no, they've already tried that for a while, too.
Right.
This is we need to gather more information so we can determine what class it should be classified as, probably.
And what we can mix it with to make the generic.
Exactly. And still charge out the ass.
Can we use Tylenol here, too?
Right? Just pump it full of acetaminophen. You'll be good. You won't feel that fucking tooth that just got yanked out of your fucking back, mouth hole. But no, it's sad because the amount of pain pills and opiates that they make in a year is so much higher than the antibiotics that they make. Like, antibiotics hardly ever come out.
So, helping a friend with a tooth thing lately, I looked up and I found this thing about colloidal silver.
Mm-hmm.
And you can buy it online, but you think it's not in the stores because it does have that natural antibiotic property to it.
Oh, absolutely.
So why give something to someone for free when they can still make money on it?
Right? Just like, did you read the medical marijuana post that I posted yesterday?
Yes, I skimmed.
Did you like how they classify their drugs? And like the first two, I was like, this doesn't even make any sense. It's classified because they need to know if it's highly addictive or not.
Marijuana?
No, any kind of drug. That's how they classify drugs. We need to know. There's like 5, 8, something like that on how they classify. They need to know if it's highly addictive or not. They need to be able to control the prescriptions handed out. They need to have information on it, as in what the effects are. Now,
so what, do they just have a default list of effects and they slap that on there and put it out there and then wait like a 10-year period and, okay, these are things that came back since these people started taking it?
Yeah, that's what's happening. Wow. That is literally what's happening. Look at all these commercials. Have you taken...
We're a human science experiment.
Have you taken... You could get us a look at it all.
Mm-hmm.
Every single thing that you could possibly get as a side effect, whatever...
the generics.
Whatever you just said.
Generic side effect?
Something gel.
Oh, yeah, I'm gone.
That you can buy over the shelf. Over the counter.
The Colonium silver?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That.
Or colloidal silver. My bad.
That, marijuana. What are the side effects?
Yeah. I didn't look it up on the silver, but it didn't speak of anything immediately and didn't have any health warnings because it's a mineral. And, yeah, the side effects of weed, let's see, anti-nausea, appetite stimulant, mood stimulator, balancer.
Depressor.
Yeah.
As in, like, behavior-wise.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Don't you find that a little ironic?
Oh, well, it's kind of like, why are we making cars out of plastic, and why are we not using hemp to make paint? I mean, we already went through this whole lead paint thing, years ago, and now they're making paint lead free. Well, why not still make it non-toxic completely and make that shit with hemp so that it's a non-toxic, more natural product?
Agreed. Just like why... If you go and look at those 1 through 5, 1 through 8, whatever they are, on how to classify your drugs, why does it say all the things that all these drugs are doing that we're supposed to classify them as? Because we don't, if they meet these classifications, then we have to classify them as something addictive. It's a controlled substance.
It has to be labeled.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So why are we labeling everything we know that's going to kill us, depress us, make us have suicidal tendencies, have all these side effects, become addictive?
It's population control.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. We're going to keep you all high and doped up.
And if you actually and I know this because of all
go along with the bullshit, we're spoon feeding you.
Right. All of the years I've done this, I'm like sitting there and I'm looking and I'm like, everything that I know that it's a controlled substance goes against every fucking thing that these are classified for.
Why do we want to give you this natural stuff and to make you feel better if we can keep you hooked on having to pay for insurance and spend money at the hospital and for more drugs and make your body worse, so we even got to do even more?
Right.
Yep.
Now, if aloe vera was the magic plant,
Mm-hmm.
or petunia,
Mm-hmm.
it'd be the same fucking thing.
Yes, it would.
But if I were to look at you and say a different name, like the technical botanical word for cannabis, it doesn't even have, but I think canna in it or something like that, and that's it. I'd say, how would you feel about having 250 milligrams of that in a pill or a capsule form?
Mm-hmm.
Would you know what you were taking? Probably not. But because the government and the FDA says it's okay, and it follows these classifications, that makes it right. Now, because they've told us this, now as society, we're sitting here and we're watching all these people fucking get addicted, and now we're in a crisis. It's happened with all different kinds of classes of meds. We're just going from one to another.
Your Oxycontins, your Adderalls, both ends of the
antipsychotropics, pain meds.
Mm-hmm.
When does us as a society,
Thank you.
right, get a fucking head of knowledge and be like, oh my God. Like, it says it right there. The government classifies these drugs as controlled, but it goes against everything that we should be classifying and doing for our society.
Right.
And that's not enough for us.
No, because it's all, it's about the population control, keeping us in control, under control, letting people knock off each other, getting rid of the weak. And it's all part of the whole consumerism gamut. A major part of the consumerism gamut.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're lining some pockets.
Fuck yeah, we are. And it's all the wrong people's fucking pockets.
Right. It's nobody that has any fucking compassion and does anything that's real. They're
just like the lottery. Most of the time, it's already people that are well established or have money. And then they're dead within a week or a month. Have you noticed that?
No, but now I'm going to go in and look at that because I'm really curious on how that is working out odds-wise on people that were already substantially.
There's quite a few.
Yeah.
And then go look, because they did this documentary on how certain ones that win big within a month, they're dead.
Huh.
Yeah. It's crazy, but yeah, they had it on Netflix a while back, but I had seen it somewhere else before.
I'll have to go check that out.
Very interesting. So, but you got to go.
Yeah. But we'll be back on later.
That's right.
I have to work till 11, so sometime after that.
Yeah, and in the meantime, have a snatchalicious sinful Sunday. That's really hard to say.
Yeah, fuck that. Peace out, dudes. Love ya.